everyone, I'm Catrice Nolan. We're tracking the latest updates on the deadly UPS cargo plane crash in Louisville. Multiple people have been killed after the plane crashed Tuesday while taking off from the airport. Warning, some of this video may be disturbing for some to watch. Now, this video shows the plane flying terribly low before it goes down in a massive fireball. This footage captured by a passing driver. You can see people from nearby businesses running for their lives. At least 12 people are confirmed dead, and officials fear that number could rise. Our Ian Hardwood has the harrowing moments caught on camera and the stories of those who have narrowly escaped.
On fire during takeoff, UPS Flight 2976 hurtled by this security camera at Kentucky Truck Parts and Service.
It was like a hurricane with the fire.
Sabit Aliyev co-owns the business. He had to abandon. He took this video as the fire closed in.
We ran out. I was thinking it's last moment, so maybe we'll record it.
Only cleanup crews made it through the police blockade towards the crash site where airplane gas and industrial oil burned. The smoke haunting Louisville.
You don't think it's going to happen until it does.
Bartender Keela Kennedy escaped the fireball. She's at O'Dolly's bar while Stooges, a favorite for airport workers, is blocked off.
I feel like going back to work when we eventually get to, it's just hearing the planes pass over, just be like traumatizing PTSD and just like reliving the moment again. It shows you how life is very precious and short.
And while she's with her coworkers at O'Dolly's, she knows she's one of the lucky ones.
The vision that I have is that plane just in air above our volleyball courts. I have that replaying in my head over and over.
A vision that plays out even in dreams.
As soon as you close your eyes, the flames is in front of you.
Many people on the ground witnessed this horrifying scene, among them a father and son who were just feet away from the explosion, shared new video with us, and spoke about the chaos that unfolded in the moments after. Jose Gonzalez has more.
Whoa! A new angle we haven't seen until now. The terrifying explosion after a UPS cargo airplane crashes just feet away from Smith Chassis and Metalworks, a custom fabrication shop.
It's just crazy how massive it was.
Wyatt Smith began recording once he and his father, Brandon Smith, heard a big boom while working at their shop.
Almost like an earthquake shook the building. Power went out, and as power went out, we went to the door, and that's when we saw the big explosion. The flame, ball of fire, smoke.
The Smiths captured the ball of flame through pictures and the bright flames that burned from sunset into nightfall. But Wyatt says the situation got graphic.
I had a guy that came up to the shop and needed to be hosed off because he was severely burnt. Like, all of his clothes, I still have the clothes at the shop on the ground, but all of his clothes were burnt off.
Within the first 24 hours since the airplane exploded, several routes that lead into the scene, like Crittenden Drive or even Grade Lane, remained closed to the public. But the Smiths were able to get back inside their shop earlier in the morning and shared several pictures of the devastating aftermath.
So we were able to get in there, get some stuff. We kind of went down the street to kind of look and see as much as we could, and it was just basically everything burnt as far as you could see where the impact was.
You kind of look at that and you're like, damn, that's a lot gone. Those people are gone, and you can't do anything about it.
It was a close call for the Smiths, but they don't know when they can reopen shop. They're more focused on who will be held responsible.
Well, I'd hope UPS would take care of everyone, that was affected by this, the businesses, the people, all the funeral costs and things like that.
A large team of National Transportation Safety Board investigators are trying to figure out what went wrong. Our Alex Dieter has more as officials comb through the wreckage.
It is a tough day for Louisville, for Kentucky.
The crash debris field a half-mile long. This video captured by Metro government shows areas south of the Louisville airport reduced to metal debris.
We do not expect to find anyone else alive in the area.
The early afternoon tour as city and state leaders trek through what's left behind.
It's like a scene out of a Terminator movie. It is burned and mangled wreckage beyond anything I've ever seen. The smells, the sights. These are things that are not going to escape us when we close our eyes tonight.
hours after this UPS cargo plane crashed, we're now learning what led up to the devastation.
Is being a Kentuckian myself, and I know what a great community this is, how impactful those people that suffered and have died are.
Todd Inman with the National Transportation Safety Board says after being cleared for takeoff, the left wing of the plane caught fire. While the plane gained enough height to clear the fence at the end of the runway, it hit the two nearby businesses and went up in flames. WHAS 11's Reed Yaden shares his insight as an aviation expert.
38,000 gallons of Jet A burning all at the same time, instantly, uncontrolled.
The left engine detached from the plane, seen here along the airport runway. While investigators searched the charred debris field, they found the plane's black box, a key to figuring out what went wrong.
Luckily, they were not in a post-impact fire for multiple days or on the bottom of the ocean. So while the fire may have been intense, it is built to withstand that.
There's the cockpit voice recorder. That's been around for years. Multiple microphones in the cockpit, picks up every word that's said in the cockpit. But there's also data recordings going on from literally thousands of data points all over that aircraft. And that data is being recorded every second.
As we continue to learn more from the investigation, the haunting images are a reminder of what was lost.
The images of yesterday may fade in people's minds over time, but the trauma that these families that have lost somebody yesterday are going through is going to last for years.
UPS released the following statement. CEO Carol Tomei says, in part, incredibly grateful to our team in Louisville for their grace and professionalism. We are not alone in this moment, and from the notes I've received from around the world, I know that solidarity and empathy are powerful forces in healing. United, we are strong, end quote. Still ahead, right after the UPS plane crash, we looked into its history and spoke with an aviation lawyer about what we found. We'll be right back. New video shows flames on the plane's left wing before the aircraft went down, sparking massive fires near the airport. Chris Vanderveen has the latest on what investigators believe went wrong.
The ill-fated flight pushes back from Louisville International Airport at 5:02 p.m. local time. It's filled with cargo and fuel, lots of both. Using flight data, we can track precisely where it went. It taxis around the airport's westernmost runway and then gains speed as it attempts to take off from 17 right, the longest of the airport's two runways. You can see the flight path drift, if ever so slightly, to the plane's left as it nears the runway's end. This is where cell phone video records a fire coming from the plane's left engine, one of three engines on the MD-11. Here's aviation expert Greg Fine.
And this airplane has an engine on each wing and then one in the tail. It appears from the video that it was the left engine that may have catastrophically failed. That's why you have such a large fireball on the airplane.
From here, the plane never gains much altitude. It rolls, clips a warehouse immediately south of the airport property. A much larger fireball erupts. The momentum of the plane sends it into more buildings and parking lots. This is where the core of the damage is today.
Now you have anywhere from 28 to 40,000 gallons of fuel that are being spread all over structures, and now all of a sudden you have huge fires, not only from the aircraft wreckage itself, but then any structures that were ignited.
The flight was bound for Honolulu. There were 3 crew members aboard. Chris Vanderveen, 9 News.
Moments after the crash, we started digging into its publicly available records. The plane had been on the ground for 6 weeks for maintenance. Our Travis Breeze spoke with an aviation lawyer about what we uncovered.
Is this gonna be an event that aviation lawyers and people in this industry are gonna be talking about for decades to come?
Yes, it is a defining seminal event like some of the other major commercial airline crashes.
A crash that will go down in Louisville history will also go down in aviation history as a major catastrophic event. Ladd Sanger is an aviation lawyer based in Texas. He's been looking at the crash, including this video that shows a fire starting on the left wing during takeoff.
The engine fell off, the airplane's on fire, and then it appears that for some reason, whether it's FOD, probably, which is foreign object damage from the fire, that the center engine, the number 2 engine, started failing. That's the one in the tail. And that then left the airplane irreparably crippled. Heavy airplane with 1 engine, and there was nothing left for the flight crew to do.
Sanger and other experts are questioning the maintenance history of this plane. The website FlightAware says this plane was 2 hours and 2 minutes late departing Tuesday. Todd Inman with the NTSB says it was not delayed due to maintenance.
UPS has indicated to us that it was not delayed and that there was not maintenance work done immediately before. Now, again, that is information that we will still collaborate and independently verify.
FlightAware also shows this plane was grounded in San Antonio for 6 weeks from September 3rd to October 18th, 2025.
San Antonio is a place where airliners, there's a number of facilities there that do heavy maintenance on them.
We asked UPS if the plane underwent engine maintenance in San Antonio. The company has not responded yet.
There needs to be investigation into that and the subsequent maintenance that was done.
Sanger says at this point, there's no indication the pilots did anything wrong, and more will be revealed when investigators hear the conversations in the cockpit. In Louisville, Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.
Still ahead, a recap of what we know so far on this deadly plane crash. We'll be right back.
The teams will be out there searching through the debris now in what's called a delayering search in coordination with the NTSB and their investigation about the crash. There will also be individuals that will be looking underneath. There's so much debris there. There is so much charred, mangled metal.
For a recap on this deadly UPS crash, multiple lives have been lost, including a child. Officials warn that number could rise as emergency crews continue their recovery efforts at the scene. Flames and debris tore through nearby businesses just moments after the cargo plane bound for Honolulu took off from Louisville. Investigators from the NTSB are working on the ground, working to determine what caused this horrific crash. Eyewitnesses describe chaotic scenes as people ran for their lives while firefighters and first responders battled the blaze. Families and neighbors are left in shock as the community begins to process the tragedy. We'll continue to follow the latest developments in the crash, including updates from first responders, NTSB investigators, and any changes to the number of confirmed victims. Thank you so much for watching, and stay with us for continuing coverage on this tragic event. I'm Catrice Nolan.